Vin. So without today will be my fourth day of fasting and just water fasting. And so my plan is to do 7 days. 7 days should be in 2 more days. That should be on Friday. I will break my fast on 5 p.m. on a Friday to a vegan. My plan is to get a vegan sausage from Greg's right beside my local Greg's, which is for quid. I still don't understand how that's possible because there's another shop, local shop takeaway. They sold two for a quid. That don't make sense. And this one, it's more. So I was like, oh, that's a really good deal. So I'm gonna get that and get veggie burgers as well. And so that's a quid as well. So you get four for a quid. So that's really good. And get some buns as well. And then I got enough kidney beans and all that kind of stuff that I need. Which I know one thing about fasting is just like when you're doing any other practice, fasting or no fat or anything like that, or coming off of any kind of addiction, smoking weed, drinking, smoking cigarettes, it's always going to fool you about how the feeling is going to feel, right? So when you think about it, it's like, oh my god, it's gonna be so great, and then your brain lies to you in it, so to take you back there, so it shows you all how great it was and how nice it was. But that's called a dopamine hit. Dopamine hit is when your brain is trying to get something, but when it gets it, it no longer wants it. So even for sex, so if you're always after a female and you're attracted to a female, you see how some female says that the guys just like the chase, but as soon as they get it, they don't want it no more. It's because it's the dopamine, right? Dopamine wants what it wants, and the dopamine is going to do whatever it wants. That's a part of the brain that gives you the joy. Without the dopamine, you're basically a dead soul, right? You're a zombie. That's what I think. That's what I believe the zombies are, really. I really believe when they're showing on TVs and stuff like that, the zombies and all that, they don't talk about, and their clips, they're talking about future reference, just like a lot of stuff you see in Hollywood and stuff like that, they talk about future reference, and people taking over the world, these secret societies, the one eye and all these things, which I know the one eye doesn't mean what a lot of people say. The one eye means basically you're forgetting about the spiritual side of life. There's two sides, everyone is your shadow self. That's what is covered up. You only see one side. If that's reality, that's earth, but you're not seeing the other side, which is the spiritual side, which reflects what you are to you, back to you. That's part of that, so I know that. But when they talk about eclipses and zombies, I really do believe they're talking about people, and people becoming like zombies because they're running away from their problems. It could be any addiction problems, bad relationships, painful past traumas, bad upgrowing, abuse, rape, all the things you can ever imagine about somebody going through, running away from their problems. Homeless people, they run away from their problems by drugs, and then they attract more of toxic things to the point they start taking drugs more because they believe that's what life is all about. It's just bad after bad after bad. And if you try to help somebody that's homeless, you'll see you'll get hurt, because most of these people are thinking, what did this person want from me? And you need to understand why they're thinking that, because these people are always attracting their reflection, which is God, which is universe, which is just trying to tell you, hey mate, you're not here. You're here to have fun, you're here to love, you're not here to go through pain. But pain is part of understanding, hey, I'm a rock bottom right now, I need to change. That's what the point is about. If when Michael talks about the song, when he says, if you want to make a change, take a look at the mirror and make a change. It's always about you. You always have to look within. Don't change what's going out without. Never change what's going on. You can't change another human being. You can't change another person, right? A lot of people will try to change their boyfriend. A lot of people try to change their girlfriend. You can't. You just go wrong, and you'll get upset. Then you start having hatred for the other person because they're trying to change another person, which is only for them to change. And let them change, right? All you need to do is ask yourself, why am I here? What does this person represent to me that is me? And now when I look back at my past relationship, I do see it. The innocence of the relationship I've been in, like too innocent for their own good, to the point they don't see the people around them as very toxic for them, or unhealthy, or unloving for them, or not really there for their beneficial benefit. They're not there for their care or love. It's just basically from their ego side. They're there to basically make themselves feel better. They feel better from your insecurity. It makes them feel like, oh, look what I'm doing. Look how nice I am. Look how I'm helping this person. Oh, I'm such an adult. Oh, I'm such a grown up. It's all for them, but they'll never like to see you into a better version of yourself, because then that shows, what you're becoming better. And to them, it's like, no, like I'm supposed to be the best. It will make them feel like they have no use for you anymore, because you're no longer helping you, no longer feeding the ego, so the ego is like, hey, this guy's actually becoming better than us, and it's like, what, now I'm becoming insecure. So it's like, no, I'm the one who gets this, I'm the one who gets that, you know, I'm the one who's helping and stuff like that. Look at me, look at me, look at me. So now when I look back in the past, I see my innocent self through some relationship I've been with some girls. And I remember going through an abusive relationship, and then I met another girl who was a victim just like me when she was going through an abusive relationship, and she would always talk about her abusive relationship. But then as soon as you like go into her and try to help her out, because I was going through that same relationship, I went through that same relationship, and then I tried to help her, she became copying exactly what the other person did to her to me, to make sure that that never happens to her again. So it was like me just saying small things like, hey, come take a seat here. So no, you know, because the other guy who she was in usually controlled her and stuff like that. And now that's what, you know, when people say is like you feel sorry for somebody and then they start to become abusive, right? So sometimes you can get full-blown narcissists, which was the ones I grew up with. My cousin, not older, the younger one, which I already knew he was ill since we was young. Everyone knows that already. There's something missing in his head, which is very, very dangerous and stuff like that, because you can't help people like that. You know what I mean? That's really, you need, just stay away for your own health, for your own benefit. Literally, them kind of people you need to put surveillance, police, court, all that things to let them know that these people can't get near me. If they do get near me, I want to press charges as much as possible, because these people are literally mental in the head. Like, they'll kill you if it's possible. And I do believe that person have done something like that before in his life. He did try to actually kill somebody. I believe so, and I'm telling you. And then there's one girl that I went out, and she started copying what was going on with her and repeating to me. And I thought, oh, forget it, because I remember I got a car, and I told her I got a car, right? Well, forget all of this story anyways. But yeah, you can't save nobody, right? You can only save yourself. So always try to save yourself, to change your reality outside, right? So now, for my beneficial and how I'm moving now and where I'm getting to now in my journey of my spiritual journey, is that I'm allowing no one to be in part of my life right about now, because I don't want anyone part of my life, not in a bad way. I'm really enjoying myself, being by myself. So my plan right now is to basically go as long as I can, right? With all this, I want to get into meditation to clear my mind. But I know, right, with purging and healing, like yesterday I went to the park, and for some reason, every time I go out of the house and I purge, the things that I purge in my room that I thought was gone, it's no longer gone. It's actually coming back more. So I noticed, okay, so it's not fully gone, because sometimes you could purge it, but I think if you're too safe in your room, that can be something that's not beneficial for you. Sometimes you need to go out, go to the park, which I feel like is the best thing for me to purge. I don't know why. There's something about nature, and I don't like nature, or I used to not like nature. So I never used to understand why people go to nature. I thought it's just stupid, you know, it's just grass. And I understand it might be for you, but it's not for me. Everyone has their own thing, which everyone does have their own thing. Never ever listen to anybody, even don't listen to me. If it doesn't resonate with you, do not take it. Some things might resonate with you, take that. Take whatever your brain takes in and says, yeah, I like that. But never take things that don't resonate with you, because that might be just for my soul, not your journey. So don't follow everything everyone has to say to you. Like, I love a lot of people that I watch do spiritual stuff and do what they do, and I support them in every shape and form, because I love what they say, I love what they do, and everything that they do has benefited me in the most beneficial way. And we're not just talking about acting, we're talking literally about results. I got results from it, literal results, and now I know I'm my own savior, right? But I know not all things they say is correct, you know, because everyone has their own journey, and everyone has something to say that doesn't resonate with you. But that's totally fine. It's always good to agree to disagree. That's beautiful, you know. You don't have to hate. Just agree to disagree, and that's it. But take what works for you. And so for now, I'm just trying to get into basically going to the park, right? And purge, because yesterday I went to the park, right? And I purged like crazy. I did not know that was in there, but it wasn't as hard as when I was in my room. When I was out there, right, I purged to the point I just couldn't believe how much I purged, right? It was literally, I felt it, but first I didn't want to feel it because I had to imagine it, right? Focus on the experience, right? And then I felt it, and I was like, oh my God, that's too much, that's way too much. But then I just thought to myself, we need to do this because it's going to be bottled up in there anyways, right? It's always going to be there. Remember, you attract what you are, what is inside you, and what you think. Both of them are your attraction. What you think is what you attract, and what you feel is what you attract. So slowly get rid of what's inside the body, what's inside the temple, and then slowly get rid of what's inside the mind. But for me, I understand that when I get rid of the bottled up emotions, the mind becomes easier. The mind becomes easier to meditate, the mind becomes easier to clear my mind because it no longer has that feeling. Remember, when you feel, you think. When you get hurt, you think. When you feel toxic emotions, you think. So you can just sit there and meditate, but you're always going to feel toxic, or you're going to feel like you haven't meditated. For me, I feel like I've never meditated because I've always felt something toxic inside me which I was ignoring, and I'm like, okay, let me empty my mind. That never worked for me. Now I know, cool. For me, what works for me personally is first I get rid of what's inside the tummy, what's bottled up, what's the knot, get clear of all of that. And then when I do like at least 1 hour and I get tired, I feel like that's too much. Like, remember, don't go too much when you're purging. Always love yourself and understand, it takes time to heal the parts of you that you don't remember, that's been damaged and hurt and traumatized since childhood, which you won't even remember. Some things you won't remember, but if you look at my description below, in one of my other videos, I show you if you can't remember something, then just do the meditation, purging, healing, self-loving meditation, which is basically you just focusing on your emotions and allowing yourself just to breathe in and breathe out without you controlling your belly, which will take a bit of a while, and your belly will start doing it by itself, breathing in and breathing out. And then basically you just let all the imagination, all the thoughts that come inside you, just pass, just let it pass, just let it pass. If you do think of something, don't be hard on yourself. That's okay. Say that's okay. You don't have to say that, but understand, have the feeling that that's okay. That's part of the mind. It's gonna come with force. That's part of life. When I'm walking around, talking to people, doing my thing, I'm gonna have thoughts, but I can't every time have like, oh my god, I just had a thought. Oh man, that was wrong. I should just let it go. No, never be hard. Say, hey, that's great. And then when you get better, tell yourself, hey, you know what? You're getting much better. You know what? That's wicked, fam. That's cool. I love that. Before I used to think all the time. Now look at you. Talk to yourself as if you was talk to your loving child. A baby. Remember, you are your lover as well. At the same time, you are your main love. You are the main of your love. Then you give that love to other people that's around you, because other people feel that love. And remember, within, so without. People feel it, and people react to you and how you feel about yourself. You hate yourself, you get that outside. You lie to yourself about certain bits of you. You've done horrible things that you've done, and you're just ignoring it. You're gonna get that reaction outside of you to reflect to you what's going on inside of you, because you need to understand, we're here to purge. This is meant to be hell, right? But beautiful. It was meant to be heaven on the cover, right? Because first you must go to a place where it's not love. So you purge what is not love. You purge what is not loyalty. You purge what is not support. You purge what is not guidance. You purge what is not beauty. You purge all of that is what is not you. And then you get to the kingdom of heaven, which is within you. But first you must purge, because you don't want to get to the kingdom within you, which is not possible if you have all these toxic things within you, because you'll never be happy. You'll never be happy with all these things inside you, because you'll be doing it for not the right reasons. I'm doing it to show off to this person. I'm doing it to show that I'm much better, or I'm doing it for this or that or that. You're always going to do it for outside cause instead of for inside. Your temple is inside. It's not outside. It's always inside. So as soon as you clear your temple and you clean it, and then you make it as your love, and you look after it, you clean it, you decorate it, you shine it, you polish it, you kiss it, you make sure it's every single day cleaned and looking good to your standards of how it should be looking, and how you decorate your house. If it's your house, when people come in, how do you want your house to be? Messy, and that's how you want people to come in? Or do you want, when people come to your house, you're like, oh my god, because it represents how you're feeling inside. So main thing, represent how you're feeling outside with the stuff that you have. Make sure you represent how you feel from other people to see from the inside, because people react in how you feel inside. So within, so without. Another thing as well, last but not least, I will be disappearing for a week, because from today will be my 4th day of fasting, just water fasting. Friday, I'm gonna break my fast at 5 p.m. But from now, I'm gonna after Friday, when I break my fast, I'm gonna eat for a week, which is gonna be twice a day. One when I wake up with my cup of coffee, and then one at 5 p.m. So that's twice a day, and that should give me around, I think, 9 hours of 9 hours to 8 hours of digesting my food, because it takes your body does a lot of work basically to clean your system, digest it, and make it to energy, and put it in the right places in the mind and all of that kind of thing. So just give your body that respect, just to do what it needs to do. And then at the same time you can drink water, not in the same time while you're eating and stuff like that, because even with water, it takes time to do what it needs to do. And usually when you do fast, you have no other choice but to drink a lot, because you're not eating. So that gives you, for me, I don't really drink a lot of water, because Before I used to eat a lot because I grew up in that way. You have to eat a lot, you know, man eats a lot and all these kind of things that I learned, which I was conditioned to. You know, you use this, that, get muscles, big, all of that. So it's always like come you know about someone else, you know, being bigger and harder and stronger and musclier and tougher, which is good, you know what I mean. But I'm not gonna do it now while I'm in that ego and I know I've learned the wrong things from the wrong people. I need to go within and look at myself and get the answers, which all the answers are within me. So I know maybe in the future on when I'm in the point where I got full control over my dopamine fast, full control over my water fast, full control over myself, which then it will having full control over myself will give me full control of what I'm manifesting outside, and the people that come towards me and towards my life will be exactly what I want because I have full trust for myself. If I don't have trust for myself, I will get and attract somebody that's resonating what is within me, the untrusting part of myself, to show me, hey, you still need a lot of work to do. So let me show you what is hiding inside there. Mirror, mirror in the wall, who's the fairest of them all? And then boom, you're like, oh shit, that's not me. Get the out of here. But that's point of life. That's what's the beauty of life, right? Is because if you can't find your trigger, you know what? The universe will be like, mate, I got you. I got you. Let me bring that person to you. You might be in a relationship, you might be as a friendship, but I'm gonna bring that to you so you find out what that trigger is, because you know what I mean, you need to heal that trigger. But then we're gonna be like, no, 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 no. I was looking for love. I was looking for good relationships. I don't want no trouble. That is not part of me. You know, we're here to have fun, which is true. We're all here to have love and experience and stuff like that. But first, to have all of that, you must get rid of all the toxic things. It's like having a home. Would you have a home with the elephant in the corner that everyone just like, oh yeah, we can't see it? That's not living life, because you know it's there, but you just ignore it. No, no, it's not there. I can't see it. You know, and it's there. Like, hey, hey, you. And you're like, I can't see that elephant. Can anyone see it? No, no elephant. Everything's perfect. We are so happy. Yay, let's get drunk. No, we can get drunk, which is okay. Do whatever you want if you want to drink, you know. But as long as you want to have control of yourself, you know. So even for me, like when it hits like 4 months, 3 months, I'll have a bottle of, what's it called? You know them sweet drinks, alcohol drinks that have sweet on it. I don't know what they call it. Maria or something like that. You see it and it's like got toffee inside, so I love that because it's really got a good taste. But I don't even if it's not 3 4 months, I don't care if I don't or I do. But if I feel like, hey, you know what, let me spoil myself with one bottle, I don't mind, because I know that I'm gonna go off for 4 or 5 months without a drink, without anything, no nothing. So I'm thinking, yeah, I deserve it. I need to treat myself. Then it gets to a point when you love and treat yourself like that. It gets to the point where it's no longer a negative thing. When you think about negative, that's when it becomes your demon, because you're saying you're rejecting a part of yourself because of how you grew up or people judging you. You're allowing other people who have their own problems bring out their problems towards you to make you feel how they feel and judging you. But then you have to look into yourself and think, hey, if someone says that about me, it makes me feel bad in any shape or form, is that really what support is? Is that what you really want in a friend? Because remember, what you attract is really what is you. So you need to remember, so if you're attracting that, you need to tell yourself, is that me? Is that what I'm accepting? Is that part of me? Is that what I'm being shown by God, universe? That is how much I don't love myself, you know, to think that is okay, you know, that is what love is, until you think, hey, I don't need to hear that from them. No one needs to say that. Somebody who loves and cares for me will come to me and say, in your own time, brother. In your own time, you know, whenever you feel like it, you do your thing. I'm here. I'm always here to support you. You know what I mean? Slowly, slowly, that's the way you go. Then, when you start thinking like that, you start feeling like that, then you attract people who's going to resonate your feeling and attract that, so that you get the right support, the right love. And then that's when it becomes not a negative thing. You don't look at it as a negative thing. You look at it as a positive thing. Like, hey, I'll do it when I need to. And, you know, slowly, slowly. And then you're not lying to yourself. You're actually trying to change. Which I've already changed. I don't need anything, to be honest with you. Like, that's why I'm going for dopamine fast and all these things. I don't need it. But I'm just saying, for anybody that goes to know nothing mode, don't try to be too hard on yourself, you know. Don't be too hard on yourself. Be easy. Take love, take time, be patient with yourself, you know what I mean? We all got you. I'm here, I got you as well. Believe it or not, I might not know you, but I got you. As long as you're a human being with feelings and emotions, I got you. And I believe that I've got you. All my videos or stuff like that is for you. It's to support you. It's to help you. It's to guide you. It's to love you. And then there's all other parts as well that I send a lot of videos. It's there for you. It's there to support you. It's there to love you. It's there to guide you. It's there to show you a part of yourself that you have forgotten, that beautiful, clean, kind, nice, cheering, cool, benevolent, loving, caring, unconditional beauty that you are. It's all there for you.